Hey family and all you no doubters out there, you can call me Fortune. In today's inspirational talk, we're going to get into a topic about passion. Do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? If you don't have it, what are you going to do about it? I was having an interesting conversation the other day in a parking lot. I was talking to this gentleman, and I just asked him kind of what does he do, and he was a sharp-chested individual. There's something about him said you should meet this individual. Now, granted, I'd already seen the man in the restaurant for a while, and just so happens we crossed paths in the parking lot. So I asked him, I pulled up on him and asked him, what he does. And as he starts talking to me about, introducing himself to me and about his business and the things that he was doing with his business, it just started to change. And he went from just a conversational tone to his posture started raising up, his breathing started getting a little more shallow, his body language started getting more animated. And as he got to speaking, I could just see this man was talking about it, something he was passionate about. And it's interesting because part of this conversation, he spoke about how his daughter asked him, what is passion? So I asked you that question yourself. What is passion? Because I think most people are looking around at other people and see and recognize when someone is speaking or is living in their passion, but they can't recognize it in themselves. And it's not because you don't have that passion within yourself. Because you have passion in you. God has placed something that you're passionate about inside of you. But you have got away from it so much. You've spent your time working on someone else's passion by being at it in a job or going and just being an employee, or whether it's thinking that you couldn't do it because you're a parent or something of that nature. You've gotten away from that, something that burning desire that's in you. And what I want you to know is that you have that passion in you. When you decide to go looking for it, it's still, something's going to be there, however large or how small it's going to be. But when you tap into it, when you breathe a little bit of life into that passion, it starts growing. And that's what I saw in this individual when he was speaking in the parking lot. As I spoke to him, he just started talking about it, and the breath of life, he was giving more and more life to his passion, and it just started coming out. And understand that passion is attractive. It doesn't mean, by attractive, I don't mean that you're gonna make someone do what you're doing. But it's good to be around somebody who's living on purpose. Isn't that what you want? To just feel good about what you're doing with your life, to be in passion. So what is your passion? It's that burning desire in you that God has put inside of you. It's a life living on purpose. And when you start speaking about your purpose, you start speaking about your passion, it ignites something else in somebody else. It gives someone else an opportunity to look at themselves like, what is it about me that makes me feel that way? Another question that this gentleman said that his daughter asked him about this word about passion is that, does it die? Does it ever end? Do you ever reach your goal in your passion? And for me, the answer is yes and no. I say that because of this. Not that you are ever going to not be passionless. There's going to be some kindle of small spark of passion in you, no matter how long you push it aside. Something's going to be in there, way deep inside, maybe buried up on the years and years of trash and disillusion and shame and pain and regrets and resentments, maybe buried under there to get to it, but it's still there. But in the same token, you may lose passion in one direction and shift it to another. That's what I mean by the yes or no, is that you may lose passion, you're going there for this one activity or in this cause, and it may shift to another. So in that sense, yes, it ends there, but no, it doesn't end, because you still have a passion. It's still going to be burning inside of you. We are meant to achieve things. We are meant to be on purpose in this life. That is what this part of our nature. And it brings up this point. The last point I want to bring to you about this is this. I was speaking to my mother years ago about towards the end of the year, she would always just take all this time off from work. I mean, a lot of time off from work, weeks off from work. And not just one time, she'd spend a whole bunch of time off in November, a couple weeks off in November, and then another couple weeks off, or 3 weeks or 4 weeks off in December. And the thing about this is that she works for the government. So it's not like she doesn't have a job. She's not just the business owner where she can just take off and do what she wants. She still has a job. She still has responsibilities. However, because she has been at this job so long working for the government, she has accrued a whole lot of leave hours. This is just credit time for the paid time off, basically. And the thing about it is this, is that she's accrued so much that she cannot make any more money than she makes for that year. So whether she goes to work physically or she stays off from work and uses her leave hours, she's going to get paid the same amount of money. So what she said to me is this: either I use my leave or I lose it. And I'd say that to you also. You either use your passion or you lose it. Not that this, again, not that it's going to die, but that you spend the rest of your life not using it. You have lost the opportunity to do what God has made you and purposed you for. You've lost the opportunity to tap into an energy about you that could create and change the world. Whether that's starting with just your family, whether that's dealing with your community, or literally going out and doing something that would change the world because you did not step out on your passion. So I'm asking you, what are you going to do about it? And maybe you're asking me, Dwight, but how do I get into this? I'm a father or I'm a mother. I work so many hours. Here's my thing to you. First off, if you do not know what it is that you're passionate about, I want you to tap into that by doing this one activity. Sit down, take some time, take about half an hour, 15, 20 minutes, maybe in half an hour, and just think about your life. Think about those moments where you just felt like really energized when you was doing something, or you got really energized when you was watching a certain movie or something. What was it about that movie? What were they doing? Or maybe it's something when you just talk about it or discuss it, you just get really energized about it. Something about it just excites you, gets you going. You know, your breathing starts changing. Just like the gentleman I described in the beginning, something about it starts changing, starts getting moving and going. Write that down. It may be a couple things. Some of you, it's only going to be one. The next thing I want you to do is start planning in your week some time to work on that. And I don't care how long it is. I don't care if you just spend half an hour on the weekend working and looking at thinking about your passion and doing something towards it. I don't care if you are parents or working at a job or anything like this. You must tap into that God-given gift, that purpose and passion that He put buried inside of you. You must share that with the world. It was given to you for a reason. You must tap into it. You must use it. You must exercise it. Do not be like my mother said with that leave hours. Do not lose that opportunity to give back to this world what was so freely given to you. And with that, I want to end today's discussion on passion. But as I always say, you can do anything that you want in this life because God wants you to do it if only you believe. You can live a life of no doubt, just blessings. And I'll show you how right here. I love you. Talk to you next time.